Are you plant shopping for fall? I am, and I'm excited, and I am not a fall lover. So we're gonna go plant shopping today. I am picking up some plants a little different than normal, not just for my own yard. We're actually taking them to a TV studio today and filming a segment with Brian Lloyd from Olson's Greenhouse Gardens. They are the wholesale grower who grows the plants for, in my area anyway, for places like Home Depot, Walmart, Costco sometimes. And they are doing a segment on styling for fall. I don't have all the details just yet, but I know what I am looking for at the store. So we're gonna go take a look and see what's good for your porch, for my porch, and for the TV porch. I guess we'll see. Now, I am no stranger to the family at Studio 5 and the TV studio. I absolutely love them. They are amazing. I've done quite a few TV segments with Brooke and their lovely team. But this is my first time going and helping styling on a show and doing a plant show. Honestly, I generally do art and illustration segments for them. So it's kind of new and exciting for me, and it'll be really fun. I really need the double-decker cart, and I cannot find it anywhere. There's only like one at every store. Home Depot. Can we get some more of those? Can we get an order of double-decker carts for the garden center? All right, we're going with the extra wide. This one's bigger than the other ones. Is it sad that I know that? Perennials, we've got the sombrero. I just did a video with Seth Reed on those, as well as the double scoop, which Seth gave me one to bring home in my suitcase. And they have them at my Home Depot right now. So many great options. I am gonna start loading up a cart for the segment, and then maybe we'll go over that. Pansies, always a good choice in my opinion. Again, I garden in Utah, zone 7A. Very hot, dry, high altitude climate. This store even has Nymphofia glow stick. Now these ones, they just finished blooming and they're getting ready to bloom again. But I just did that video with Seth. They're come out next year. But somehow my Home Depot has them already, so I'm taking one. I mean, I'm not taking it. Garden Girls and Flock. This is magical. Height, 28 to 32. Space, 15 to 20 inches. Perennial full sun. That's a good one. We're bringing that one. Cute asters. Purple dome aster. Perennial full sun, 18 inches. Look how cute that is. I'm gonna get those too. These little cuties are on sale. 5 for $10, so we're gonna grab this too. My friend Lisa was just telling me questions that customers have about mums. And so when you come to the store and you're buying mums, the perennial kind, you can plant them in your yard, get them established before you turn off your drip lines, or if you live in a place where you don't have drip lines, awesome. And then by next year, you can start with those teeny tiny ones and you can get big, beautiful mums like this by the next year. It's crazy. I love using mums as perennials in my flower beds. You might not even need to have a drip line on them if you establish them very well before the winter time. Hey, they're just so cheerful. And they look like a beautiful little boxwood. Someone told me they didn't like the foliage on mums. I actually do. I think they look like little cute round boxwoods, and then they flower in the fall. And then they die back to absolutely nothing. And then around Valentine's Day or Easter, you're gonna check them, cut off the dead sticks. When you see, as soon as you start seeing the little tiny sprigs coming up, that's the best time to cut them all off and then let them grow back in.
It wouldn't be a shopping trip at Home Depot if I wasn't dropping plants on the way to the register. And don't worry, I didn't forget you. I came back. I know fall really feels like dull and murky kind of colors, browns and mustard, but there's so many fun jewel tones right now out in the store for the end of the summer season. You really need to go check it out. I think the things I picked will look really good on camera, and more importantly, really pretty in your yard or my yard, which hopefully these are going to end up in. We'll see how that goes. I got them all loaded up in the back of the car. I'm thinking Brian is coming by with the Olson's Greenhouse Gardens trailer because he's got a bunch of big plants from the greenhouse that we're going to bring along, and I'll just keep these in my car and drive them up to the TV studio. That's my current plan. We will see how that goes. But gosh, aren't they just so dreamy? I'm not sure I've had a prettier trunky all season long.
Per usual, I am cutting the time a little bit close. I gotta get home and take a shower still. And maybe clean up a few things in my yard. We'll see.
Let's admire my beautiful Canna window boxes, shall we? As Brian pulls up the truck and we get ready to load everything up. We decided we wanted to take these pretty planters. We were debating taking one or two, and I had the camera centered on the one we decided not to take with us. So we pulled the beautiful hydrangeas out. Those have been growing ever since 2 weeks before Mother's Day. I've had those in those pots and they still look so gorgeous. I don't choose to deadhead the blooms on mine. I just keep them because they were bright pink originally and then they turned green. And I love the green, so I kept them. We're taking some other chairs and my coleus that I've been styling on my porch and lots of fun things going into the trailer to take up to the show.
I just have all my stuff in my back of my car, so we can just
Okay,
leave it
perfect.
there. Is that fine?
Yep. Have you ever pulled your car in there?
No.
Yeah, maybe you just follow me, but there's a gate that we'll pull in.
Okay. We just pulled up to Studio 5. We got to unload the truck and get ready.
Let's get all these flowers out. There's a lot to set up.
There's so many flowers, and they're all so pretty, and they're all fall, so you can plant them or put them on your porch right now. Brian was teasing me. He thought I forgot the fountain grass, but I got it.
Can't wait to show all you guys all the awesome stuff you can decorate your front porch with or put in the landscape.
Isn't that so pretty? It moves in the wind, which, as you know, I have a lot of.
Yeah.
So much wind at my house. This one's a great one. How are you?
It's for your show.
You know?
Your YouTube.
It's for the YouTube.
I saw you on YouTube.
You
I
did?
know her.
Stop!
No.
Now, this moment I will remember for the rest of my life. I have never felt so famous, and it was the funnest surprise. I didn't tell people I was starting this channel. A lot of people don't even know that I garden. I call this my secret channel, and it has been so fun to watch it grow. Thank you so much for watching. Here is where we are at for watch hours. I know some of you are trying to help me get to 4,000 watch hours, and I am overwhelmed by your support. Thank you so much.
Okay.
How did you see it?
No, time out.
He gardens. This is how you've seen
Okay,
it.
hold on.
It came up. You saw that one?
Yep.
You even took a screenshot.
I'm
I
like,
feel so
ah!
That's so exciting.
I'm like, holy cow, this is so crazy. No,
so
so
nice
then I
of
watched
you.
a bunch of them.
Oh my gosh,
So you're
so
like,
sweet.
oh, you're such a liar. No, I have proof.
He took a screenshot. That's the best.
So,
Oh my goodness. Looking good. Is that our door? Like, that's crazy to me. One of my three people. Yeah. Hey, I am up to 1,495.
I was looking, I'm like, wait, I go, this has got to be only like a couple months old.
Yeah, it's new. Yeah,
Because
it's really new.
There's nothing. Then I went running into Studio 5. I'm like, do you guys know that our watercolor girls has her own channel?
That's
And
so
like, what?
funny.
And so they
'Cause
pulled
of
it
this
up.
guy.
Yeah. Anyway.
Crazy.
Now, if you've never taped for a TV show, it might totally surprise you, like it surprised me. Everything is brought in and set up very efficiently and quickly. Jeff and Brett are like incredible at what they do, and it's always been so great to work with them because the team at Studio 5 is just so amazing and wonderful. So we get all the plant products out, and then Brian had me come over and start making decisions on what we would place where, what would look the best on camera, where they could stand, all those things. Now, something I didn't know until we were filming this segment that you'll hear Brian talk about with Brooke is the amount of light that the mums need after being grown in a greenhouse. So stay tuned for that. It'll come up in just a little bit. But we had some things in the shade because it was so hot to keep them a little bit better hydrated before we got them moved out in the sun because it was really, really warm. And you can see we added one of the big mums in where the hydrangea was. So it was kind of a spring to fall transition. We kept the cute smaller plants that were trailing down the side, just like you could do in your own garden, and kind of just refreshed it with a big fall mum. I'm definitely a maximalist when it comes to plants. So I was glad that we brought as many to fill up as large of a space as we did because it really gave them some great things to pan over while they were filming. And we mostly arranged things kind of by height. We wanted to balance the yellows and the purples from left to right also, just like you would do on your own porch. You know, you don't want just all yellow on one side and then a big clump on the other. We wanted to stick with that purple, yellow, orange color scheme and kind of balance things between the two sides and heights as well. The grasses actually ended up being one of my favorite parts, just popping up behind the chair in the background. I thought those made a really nice height of focal point. And then watching them sway in the wind that we had was actually really great too. I'm going to do that on my porch.
You filming the bright, bright sun in your face sun?
Yeah.
I think, yeah, let's cover the bottoms of these.
Let's get these over
seal. You want them on the side? Oh, so you can still see?
We'll end over here. We'll kind of walk over.
Okay. This one's different, so I'm gonna put this one in the middle. Want this up there? Or I think this down here. And then some pansies on. We said what? Pansies and and these guys. And do I need to turn these around, or are they fine? Just turn around that front row, maybe. Pull the. There we go.
On sale right now.
Yeah, they are. They're 5 for $10.
Do you know when it started?
It goes until the 5th. So good.
And this is just about the point where Brian realized that we forgot the rug, which was the very base layer of everything. So we pulled everything around and added that underneath.
Oops, sorry. Just like these back here. Does it look weird in the back of this?
A little bit, yeah.
Maybe back there.
Yeah, that's better.
This is just a final look over before we realized about the rug. But I was so excited with how everything was turning out and looking. I thought this section looked especially great right by the door with all the different heights and kind of overflowing by the chair was really cute.
Don't judge me. I'm grabbing my water bottle out of the car because I want to water one of my mums. It's out in the hot sun and it's looking a little wilted. We're going to water it really quick. Is it like under 18? There we go.
Lift
Yep.
that up again.
Is that better? That does look way better. I'm so glad you remembered that. This one's in the middle. Does that look right? It's all set up. It looks so good. I am not sure who the host is today, but Brian is going to nail it.
'Tis time. The moment is here. A charming fall front porch is in your future, and it all centers around one specific star flower. Mums are quintessential fall, right? They add a splash of autumn color to a space and a cozy, inviting feel to an entrance. But because they don't last long, you want to time it right. Brian Lloyd is the expert we turn to. He's from Olson's Greenhouse. He's here to help us out. Great to see you.
It's great to see you, Brooke.
I am standing in the sweetest, most charming little fall scene. I mean, what is
Isn't
it
it
about
beautiful?
mums? Yes, they're gorgeous. One of my favorite flowers. Yours?
You know, yeah, definitely. I love mums. I like fall because it's, you know, we've had the hot summer and it's kind of time for a refresh, and
Yeah.
the flowers grow a lot better once the nighttime temperatures cool.
Yeah.
And that signals the time for mums because that's when they naturally bloom.
Can we start with the timing, Brian? Like, what is the best time to buy our mums for fall?
Yeah, so mums like to bloom in one big flush, and what sets their blooms is actually when the night times start to get longer, and so they're naturally setting their blooms this time of year. We time them so that some will come on later if you'd like to have them later into the
You
season.
control that behind the
Right.
scenes, yeah.
But they still put up one big flush for the most part. You'll get a few blooms after the big flush, but not many. And the heat drives how long those flush of blooms last. And so if you want them this time of year, you're only going to expect about 4 to 6 weeks out of the bloom time. And then as the night times cool more, later into the late September and into October, the blooms will last more than 8 weeks. And so you kind of got to time how long do you want them into the season. And what I like to do is start with some mums end of August, right about now.
Okay.
And then replace them probably mid-October, and then they'll carry me through to Thanksgiving.
Oh, nice. So layer in at that midpoint. Plan on
Exactly.
4 to 6 weeks.
Exactly.
And that's in the pots, 4 to 6 weeks.
And as long as you never let them dry out, they'll last about 4 to 8 weeks, depending on the nighttime temp. Mums are a full sun plant, but that's only to set their blooms. So that's what's really cool about front porch decorating with mums.
Yeah.
Is once we've set the blooms for you and given them full sun all their lives,
Yeah.
now they can go in full shade and they'll continue that bloom cycle until it's done for the next 4 to 8 weeks. And so you don't have to worry about sun exposure really with mums on the front patio.
Okay. The color combinations are fun. What's the most popular that you sellers see people responding to?
You know, it depends on the time of year. So this early season, people are liking the jewel tones, the more
purple.
summer colors, the purples
So
for sure.
pretty
Yeah.
this time of year.
Yeah, whether you're decorating on the front porch, you can see we've mixed a lot of annuals and perennials in. Some of these are fresh in the garden center right now. You can still buy some annuals. You can buy grasses like purple fountain grass.
This is lovely over here with this. What's this?
Yeah, celosia.
Oh,
It's
wow.
usually gets a plume in the summer, but the foliage is so cool that we love to
Wow.
have it. So fountain grass and coleus, anything with that foliage color really stands stands out well against the flowers of fall. But all these plants do great in the ground as well, and mums are perennials. And we've got great deals going on at Home Depot right now. You can get these little mums 5 for $10. We've got some information on our Instagram site, some inspiration.
Good.
You can see how to turn a mum hedge and what it'll look like come next year.
Okay.
And same with pansies and other annuals and perennials like asters. There's all sorts of stuff to plant for fall.
Brian, thank you so much. What is
Thanks,
your
Brooke.
Instagram?
It's Olson's Greenhouse Gardens, and you'll find us there. We're working with different influencers as well, so you'll see a lot of different yards and front porches and what they've done.
Fun. That inspiration, I think, is just enough to trigger and get us going for the fall season, so we appreciate it.
Thanks,
Thank
Brooke.
you very much.
This was just a highlight of their segment. If you want to see the whole thing, you can check out the link below. As soon as the segment has wrapped up, everybody pitches in and starts getting everything put away and ready for the next one. Filming outside, I've never done before, but when I've filmed inside, sometimes multiple segments are using the same setup area. I don't know if they call them stages or vignettes or what they call them at the studio, but sometimes they have somebody filming after you, and I usually have wet paint and all kinds of things to wrap up and stick back in my bag. So this was kind of nice to have a place to put everything. Loading everything back up. It's like a puzzle, right? Getting it all back in again. And that's a wrap. How do you feel?
I think it went great. It was great to have a unique perspective on how to set everything up. So thanks for coming and helping.
Oh, you make it so easy. He's like, let me come help me
The
style
flowers
all
make
these
it easy.
beautiful plants that you just have to like arrange them in the right height.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, the flowers make it easy. But that was a great setup. It looked beautiful.
It was a good segment. I always love working with Brooke too. Like she's just the cutest and like so sweet and so sincere, which if you've ever worked in TV, not everyone comes across like that in real life when you meet them in real life. Do you know what I'm saying? She's like, how are your kids? How's your family?
Yeah, she's genuine as it can be.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I love the Studio 5 family. It's like so great when you come and see everyone. They were surprised to see me on a gardening segment.
Yeah, maybe more to come.
Maybe,
right?
maybe I'll end up doing a gardening segment. Who knows? It's usually art and illustration segments, so that was kind of funny to see. But we're gonna go unload this. We're back now and unloading the truck, and I have to ask Brian. So your wife, what kind of mums? What color scheme does she go for? What's at your house?
That's a tricky thing. She never knows.
She never knows. That's kind of fun.
She thinks she knows what she likes until I bring something different home, and then she realizes she likes that a lot more. Yeah. You're welcome, Rochelle.
Yeah, I mean that's the advantage of having a husband in the biz, is that you get to try all these like fun new things.
She knows what she likes. She just doesn't know how to pick it out. So she likes when someone else does it for her.
That's how I at a restaurant. I'm like, I don't know. I just order what everybody else is getting because I'm really bad at reading the menu.
Yep, exactly.
But I feel like the white ones always sell out in my store first.
Oh, really?
Yeah, every time my friends
Yeah,
are
I
always like,
hate white moms.
you hate white mom. A lot of people do.
Yeah.
Is it because of the color?
No, it's because when they start to fade and they get brown.
Yes.
I hate that dirty white look.
Okay, this is what people are telling me. Is this why I get made fun of for buying so many white flowers?
Yeah.
It's a very good chance.
For me, it's the spring colors, the jewel tones. So,
the jewel tones. Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, and I just...
But then in October, I love bronze and gold and...
all the pretty...
Yeah.
All the pretty colors. Yeah, I'm pretty excited about those petunias. I'm not going to lie. Those are going to be really fun to put somewhere. And these, I haven't had a whole lot of shady spots, so I'm excited to get these up on my porch again.
And you just got these out of the garden center.
I did, just barely, yep.
Yeah, that's something new we're doing.
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
Kind of growing coleus in the fall.
Look how full they are. But, I mean, it's gigantic. I'm pretty excited for having coleus in the fall, too. You have a lot of perennials out right now. I was actually really surprised when I went into the garden center this morning.
Yeah, the garden phlox, asters, daylilies.
My mom was excited about the tick seed.
Oh, really?
She was like, that tick seed bloomed all summer for me.
All the Coreopsis tick seed.
And it was really easy because she didn't have to go out and deadhead it and all of that. So she was really happy to see those.
Now's a great time to plant any perennial. The problem is people like to see it in bloom, and we can't get everything in bloom this time of year.
That's true.
But if you knew what it looked like and you could find a start, then you can plant anything. Now's the best time to plant them because they get time to establish their roots before the winter cold hits. Yeah. And then they come back that much bigger next year.
So tell me, do you do pansies right now too? Or are you kind of a spring guy, or do you do both?
I wish I'd like to do pansies. I haven't for a few years.
Okay, so my problem is my plants always look so
I know,
good.
it's so hard to pull them out.
That's the problem. All my summer plants look amazing right now, all the way until October 21st.
And you can plant pansies late into the fall.
Yeah, that's true.
Late October if you need, but I just run out of time.
Run out of time. I know. Time is the biggest problem we all have. I was kind of debating if I should pull a few and do every other, or kind of add some pansies back around behind things. We'll see what happens this year. I
Yeah.
always have a problem getting my bulbs in, so I like getting the forced bulbs
Right.
in the spring is like the best thing for me. That's my favorite.
Yeah, there you go.
Fall gets really busy. If you have kids that go back to school like I do, it's a busy one.
It's great to get forced bulbs into anytime. Anytime you can do those clear through the winter. One year I wouldn't let the kids leave for the cabin on Christmas break until we got our bulbs planted, and we had to dig through snow.
Oh no!
And
How'd
we
you get
planted
them
them.
in?
You just
You
it
just
wasn't
dug it
frozen.
up?
It
Okay.
wasn't frozen very deep,
It
but
was
there
just
was a layer of
snow on.
snow on top of them.
That's crazy.
So we dug through and planted them, and they bloomed great.
So good. My kids were really helpful. They planted all my tulips. Okay, I have one more thing I want to ask you about. This guy,
Oh yeah.
the Celosia.
I didn't even know we did this. So this is Celosia Dragon's Breath. It normally gets a red
this is
bloom on
Dragon's
it.
Breath?
It is.
I've heard about this one.
But this time of year with no bloom on it, it still looks amazing for the fall.
It's so pretty. The colors are so good, and it's really nice and tall.
And that would be great with red mums or purple mums,
Yeah.
as well as all the annuals and perennials.
Both of which I happen to have now. We'll get those in. Thank you so much for watching. This has been a fun adventure, and huge thank you to Brian for letting me tag along.
Thanks for all your help. It's been great.
Oh my gosh, so fun styling for TV. We'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.